I have a friend, Mike Caine, who has MS, and I ride for Mike. This is my 10th year. 10 years ago, I met a friend, Tony Felice from St. Albert the Great, and he encouraged me to ride. Didn't even know what MS was. And so I did, and at the time we were doing letter writing. So I sent out letters. I wrote a story about what I was going to do and how I was going to do it, how I was going to train, and that it was my first time on a bicycle since I was a child. When my letters went out, a friend of mine who from my Christmas list, she received the letter and called me crying that night saying Mike was just diagnosed with MS. And also at that time, they had what we called a pedal partner. And we received a kerchief. And so Mike signed the kerchief, I put it on my bike. He was at the finish line. He was 10 years ago, tall, strong, handsome young man. And he was there at the finish line, and it was wonderful. So what I did was I wrote a letter to everyone who gave me money. I thanked them. I included a picture of Mike and I at the finish line. I still do that today. I send out over 300 letters to people I know, people who have contributed. Mike is always at the finish line. That's what gets me there. People now look forward to that picture of us at the finish line. He's in a wheelchair now. He's not that tall, strong man. The reason that I raised that much money is it became a connection between my friends, my family, my community. Mike and I are in the same community. Every year they get a picture, they see the toll that MS takes on Mike and Joan and his family. So that's where I get the support. The awareness grew so that there weren't very few people who didn't know someone with MS. As you would send a letter out and people would say, oh, my brother, my sister, my mom. Everyone knew someone. It was becoming pretty frightening for all of us. So because it became about this community that I lived in and worked in, I decided to form Raising Caine, which is where we get the Caine, C-A-I-N-E, Mike Caine. And they were all people, everyone on the team last year, 19 of us, everyone knew Mike personally. So that became our mission. I don't know that we have a secret for fundraising. I know that we have a mission, that we care about Mike, we care about the family and friends. With the money we've raised so far this year was one fundraiser called Coach Bingo. And we raised over $14,000. We filled a hall with over 400 people. We played bingo for 4 hours. We sold tickets for $25 a ticket, and we didn't sell any at the door. We promoted MS Mike Caine. Everyone was happy to meet him. So it was incredible to write a personal note to the people they know. If that's 20 people, if it's 30 people, write a letter, say there's promotional material they can get from the MS Society from this chapter. They could include a trading card. That would be my advice because that's what works for me. The training that you do to prepare yourself for this bike tour doesn't compare to what people with MS deal with each and every day. So getting over those bridges is a simple thing to do, whether you walk or ride over that bridge, compared to what my friend Mike lives with every day and the struggles that they have to stand, to walk, to talk, to remember everything that he's lost. I just am very anxious to find a cure.